What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from Post Rock Promo. I'm here with all of mine from Saarland, Germany. How's it going, guys?
Hey there, how's it going?
Doing great. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So when and how did you guys form?
Man, that's kind of a long story. So we basically formed like at least I think a decade ago. But it was like back then when we started in, I think you could say high school with just some covers and stuff. I didn't join back then already. I came in a little bit later. But yeah, as Jules might be able to tell, has been a lot of change with the people in the band. So over the time, we didn't really have a lot of opportunities to put out the music we're making or just make a lot of progress in general. That just started around 2000, I don't know, 18, 19, something like that, when we started working on our first full-length album. We had new people mostly for the band from then on out, and yeah, it's been going good from there.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of formed a new band in 2018, but we kept the old name. We have new material coming up, and yeah, so it feels kind of like we formed in 2018 as a new band.
Right on. That's awesome. So you guys released Dying Stars in June. How's the response been to it?
I mean, I've never put a music video out that's reached like over 20,000 views. That is quite an insane number for the standards we had back then. So I'm really great that actually a lot of people saw it, and we had a lot of good feedback for that, for the other songs we put out as well. So it's been great to see that actually for once we can produce the music and bring it out there. So that wasn't really quite possible before. So we're quite happy about it.
Who do you guys record it with, and how was the process?
I think I might give that to Jules.
I mean, do you mean the album or the music video?
Both.
For our band, we do a lot of stuff DIY. So we do as much as we can on our own. We have obviously a few people that help us out. We have Marius, who's doing a lot of our video stuff. He recorded the music video for Arcadia. We have our manager Hannah, who is doing a lot of stuff for us. We have Jonas, where we recorded the drums for the album on in his studio. And yeah, but apart from that, we do a lot of stuff on our own. We recorded all the other instruments on our own. I mixed the album, and we had Bobby from Waytown Productions do the master. And also the Dying Stars music video is something we did entirely on our own. So we had a location, we filmed everything there. I put it together. It was quite simple because it was one take, so we didn't have to edit a lot of stuff. Funny though, that there's actually a cut in the video that nobody will ever notice. But it's there, so it's actually two videos smashed together. We
kind of cheated. It's not really a complete one take, but we tried. So what I find quite funny is that the Dying Stars video, quite a lot of people saw that. Although I think that the Arcadia music video we made before that was way more put into. So we had a lot more professional production. We had a cameraman designated for that. We had a lot of people that helped around the set, and even the location itself, it was quite difficult to get it. But we're happy it worked out. And this one, Dying Stars, we just thought, we're just standing in the living room of Jules' grandma and just filming with a bunch of friends. That was really fun. A lot more in a small circle with friends. That was quite cool though.
That's awesome. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again and see if I can pick up on the mess up. Probably not.
Good luck with that. You hit it well.
So you guys are from Saarland. How's the post-rock, the post-hardcore scene there? Do you guys have a favorite venue, a favorite local band?
Do we? I don't know. I'd say the scene itself, I would not say it's specifically to post-hardcore, but to rock and metal in general is really quite dense around here. So there are a lot of bands on the in local areas, and we try to do a lot of gigs and concerts with small local bands together, which is always a lot of fun. But I don't know if any specifics, any specific bands. Maybe Jules knows some.
Actually, a favorite venue is we played 2 or 3 weeks ago. We played at Baker Street, zum Hirsch, it's called Baker Street, and it's really a quite interesting venue because I don't know how to explain it, but it got that specific vibe, and
it's super fancy for starters.
Yeah, it's super fancy.
And yeah, it's like kind of Sherlock Holmes themed. So there are like old chairs standing around, old books, and some skulls on the cupboards and stuff. It's really mysterious looking, really comfy. And we had a really quite the classy concert evening there, which was funny because the music was not intentionally made for it, but the combo was quite funny.
Yeah, but I think it works quite well with our vibe where we're going with the band.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing evening.
That sounds sick. That sounds exactly up my alley. I'm gonna have to check the venue out one of these days. So who are your biggest influences?
Well, I'd say the first that comes to my mind was the biggest when we started planning out the new album, or like the rebranding of our band in general. Like, what are we going to be? What's our image going to be? What kind of music do we want to make? What emotions do we want to cater to? And the most influential band for me, at least, and most of the others, was Casey at that time. They're no longer together, unfortunately, which made me very sad. But their music was so inspiring. Just the raw emotions behind it and the authenticity that came from that was really impressive to me, and set quite the example of where I wanted to evolve to.
Yeah, I would say for me personally, actually gotta say we're spending a lot of time thinking about what direction we were going into, and there's a lot of other influences that also came together. Also really inspired by shoegazy bands, post-punky bands. So basically we try to take everything in that we have, that anything that's atmospheric, I don't know how to describe it, but everything that got that vibe.
We always try to go. Sorry.
Sorry, I just wanted to add that I'm also really inspired. A lot of stuff we have on the album is inspired by Cloudkicker. I think his music is just so intense, and but yeah, basically anything from Loath, Holding Absence, as we already mentioned, Casey. Also older bands like Killing Joke and that stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
Well,
some
I guess
awesome bands there.
Because the main reason is we want to try to focus on a very melancholic vibe that's still possible to put some punch behind it and some heavy parts wherever possible. But we always, we had a soft spot for those kind of bands that still, despite the heaviness, still can bring that sort of melancholic vibe across.
That's really cool. So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. I did this with the other bands I interviewed. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
All right, first one. Favorite sports team?
That's difficult because I'm actually not that big of a sports fan in general, because I don't know. I kind of stopped having a lot of interest in that relatively early on. I did myself a few years of fencing, but it's not like I watch championships or anything. I would say the only phase where I was really rooting for a team of some kind was the Detroit Tigers baseball team, because for a limited time we could get ESPN over here, and I was watching a lot of baseball back then.
That's awesome.
I think I can't name any. Like I'm the wrong person to ask this.
Yeah, sport is neither of our strong suits.
Okay, I actually got one, but just because my dad's a fan. FC Homburg, it's a local soccer team, and yeah, but that's basically just because my dad's a fan of them.
I've heard of them.
I'm sure.
You could be any animal. Which one?
I think I'd probably want to be a capybara, because they're certified the most wholesome animals on the planet. Like they just chill with everyone, and that's definitely the kind of vibe I want to radiate.
I would pick a dog because I feel in general they're pretty happy if they have good owners. Not a Chihuahua, but apart from that, basically any dog.
I'm glad that you didn't say a cat. Otherwise, we can't be friends. I'm just kidding.
The old feud.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm not a big cat fan. And I think it's really interesting how whenever I ask this question to a lot of bands say cats, and I don't get it, but to each his own.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I personally, I love cats, but I totally understand if that's not a character even too.
Yeah, personally, I just don't think they're very friendly, and they have a little bit of a attitude.
Yeah, it's true.
Like humans.
Fair.
Dogs are better than humans, and capybaras too.
All right.
I mean, dogs and capybaras are better than humans.
If you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 items would you want to have with you?
Oh, that's a super hard question, because in any survival situation, I would probably just suck and die. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna be good at surviving there. But I don't know. It's probably a power bank with a solar panel. And the first thing that comes to mind is the first Casey album. I'm gonna take that with me. just for emotional comfort.
I would just take 3 times the first Casey album.
Great answer.
Nice. And if we go together, we have 4. That's nice.
So if you guys can go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
Also not that easy.
I might start. I think last time I said Abraham Lincoln, which who I thought it was inspiring. But maybe this time I would take somebody who's dead, but not too long ago, like Robin Williams or someone like that.
Well, he might not be like in a world leader position or anything, but I think I would like to meet George Lucas, because what should I say? Star Wars has influenced my life greatly from the beginning, and a lot of the stuff he put into his work I find so extremely interesting, and just really I became so passionate about it. I think I would love to talk about some things with him, although I'm sure he's probably had that conversation with fans too many times. So I don't know if it would do any good, but I would certainly like to.
What's one more?
At this point,
sure. As a person of influence, he had a giant impact on society.
Yeah, on me, certainly.
Me too.
That's good to hear.
All right, guys, last question. What are some places in Saarland that visitors should check out?
Well, it depends. There are a few like the few standard sightseeing places you can go to, like the Saarschleife, which is where the river does kind of a loop de loop, which is nice to see. You have a really cool like a little castle on top of that hill. You can have a beautiful view. That is that postcard motive you can have for our region. But yeah, I'd say it's kind of a sleepy state. There's not much going on. We're quite rural, so if you're into just driving somewhere where nobody knows you and just sitting somewhere like in the forest or in a field and just got some time to think for yourself, that's great. You get that a lot.
Yeah, I think I have nothing to add there.
That sounds good to me. I mean, I like being around people, but at the same time, I also like my personal space and being by myself at times.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. I myself, I'm not really a big city guy. I don't think I could work in that sort of environment. It's too fast, too much for me. I grew up like this, and I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna know anything else. But for now, that's fine.
Teach his own. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and chatting up a little bit, and I really appreciate the support.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Of course. So for the people that are going to watch this later, where can they find your music at?
Basically anywhere. We have Spotify, Deezer. We have obviously socials, Facebook, Instagram. We even have a TikTok. And by the way, shouldn't forget to say that this Friday our first album comes out, Sapphire. And we have that on as a pre-order on Bandcamp. We also just opened a big cartel store. We actually got it here. So really, really excited for that one. But yeah, we are basically everywhere.
All of you better listen to it. It's really freaking good.
Well, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Of course. Well, I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll chat soon.
Well, yeah, you too. It was great fun. Have a good one.
See you later.